Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for today's video. I'm here at the sheep shearing farm that we did in the last video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. It's like I have been getting quite a bit of wool coming in, and I am quite happy about how things are progressing. And yeah, even here on the back side, we're getting a good amount of wool, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the sun. I know the sun's going down quick. Anyway, today is not going to be about the sheep, but today is going to be about another particular creature in Minecraft, and that is the bees. So today we're going to make a bee farm, so that's going to produce honey. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this as quickly and as simply as I possibly can. So I'm going to set down a chest. I'm going to put a hopper into the back of that chest. So then what we're going to do is come around to the front here. We're going to place a beehive on top of that. Now, what we're going to need to do is place some temporary blocks here. And then what we need to do is place a dispenser right there. And so now if we were to break that beehive away, we would see that the hole is facing down and going into it. So then what we want to do is place some blocks here at the back. We want to grab a comparator. And I just want to move a few other things in my inventory so I can do this quickly. You want to place the comparator going this way. Then 2 blocks of redstone, a piece of glass there, a piece of glass there. Then we're going to go up and we're going to place redstone on those 2. Then what we're going to do is place redstone there and a comparator there, and then you would just place a block on top there. I am going to go in and sleep real quick. Now, you know what? I got my bed on me. I'm going to sleep right here. Live dangerously. That's what I say. I mean, I've got good armor. And I think I got it quick enough before any mobs spawned. Okay. So anyway, that is the way to set up a honey farm. So now what you would do is put a bunch of bottles in the dispenser here. You'd want to fill the dispenser up every slot with an empty bottle. I don't have any on me right now, but what you would do is put the empty bottles, fill the dispenser up with empty bottles. So then what would happen, and I don't have to worry about it because I'm pretty certain this beehive is empty. So, but anyway, if there was bees in there, what would happen is they would come out, they would fly around the plants, the flowers, the crops, the different things, and then they would get the little white specks on the back of their bodies, and then they would fly into the beehive or bee nest, and then they would pollinate in there, and once they do that enough, then the beehive or the bee nest would fill up with honey. So when that would happen in this situation, normally it would you would show the honey at the opening, and you'd have to come with a bottle and collect it, or you could use shears and get honeycomb, and you would have to have a campfire underneath so that the bees wouldn't get mad at you. With this method here, when the bee nest, in this case the beehive, gets full, it'll trigger this comparator, and it'll follow through. And just let me put this back up again. It'll follow through, go to this repeater. It'll power this block here, which will power the dispenser, and you'll have the bottles in there. It'll throw a bottle down in here, and then it'll try to take it back up into the dispenser, but that's why you have all the slots full of empty bottles, because then that honey bottle cannot go back in there because there's not a slot open for it, and then it'll drop it down in the hopper, which will go into the chest. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this all back down, and I am going to go ahead and build up a little area. I've already got a spot laid out where I want to do this, and I am going to go ahead and bring you guys back in just a little bit. Okay, so you can see over there I collected that little demonstration that I made, and I have all that in my inventory here, and I'm going to end up putting that away in just a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to take you over here, and you might have actually seen it in the background earlier, because I've already done this. I had previously done a video with putting most of this together, and found that the video that I did just wasn't working. I had changed a couple display settings in my computer, and it meant that my video capturing was not working. But anyway, I have this open here so that you can see I have the bee hives and bees nests sitting on top of hoppers, and then I have those hoppers coming over into this chest here. You'll see there's a hopper here coming in, and you'll see I've got a bunch of honey jars in there already. And then you can see that I have the same setup here, and so what I did was I just multiplied it by 5, and then I did the same thing over on the other side. So let me go ahead and close this back up again. So all I did was, let me break this torch away. And this one. And okay, so now we're going to go up on top. I put a ladder here so I can get up and down easier. And I just want to put these here, and I need to grab some more yellow concrete, and I don't have any. So anyway, that was part of the problem that I came into when I was working on the video. What happened is I ran out of yellow concrete, and you can see I don't really have a whole lot of black concrete left, but I need to get some more concrete. The other problem that I've come into is it's going to take 9 stacks of bottles for each dispenser, another 5 more for each hopper, and I'm going to put an automatic collection system up on the top here. I'll take you up and show you. I'm going to end up putting another hopper on top of each of these hoppers, and I'm going to close all this off, and then I'm going to have a rail running around through here, just like here, and then I'm going to have hoppers in here again, and then I'll have this rail system running on top, and then at one spot, and I'm not really sure where I'm going to do it, but at one spot I'm going to have a hopper sitting over top of the rail, the track, and then I'm going to have a chest going into that hopper, so then I can just bring bottles up and put them into the chest, and they'll automatically go around and drop off into the dispenser, and that's how it'll keep filling up. So what'll happen is I'll come in here, I'll take, like say 16 bottles, there's 16 bottles in there, I'll take them, make them into honey, take the bottles back and then take them up and drop them into the chest, and then they'll automatically go back to the into all the dispensers. So I'm going to have to fill up 10 dispensers and 10 hoppers, and then also I'd like to have probably the mine cart that's going to be going around, the hopper mine cart. I'd like to have that probably about halfway filled, so that's probably going to be about another 2 to 3 stacks of bottles. So I need a lot more bottles, which I don't have at this moment. And I've been smelting some of the sand that I have to make some glass and then turn it into bottles, but I don't even know if I have enough sand, even after the all the sand that I used over at the Ocean Monument. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on trying to get some gravel and some more sand, and work on getting some more bottles and some more concrete. Fortunately, this direction, probably about maybe 100 to 200 blocks or so, there is a gravel mountain. And also, fortunately, and you might have noticed when excuse me, when we've flown back and forth to the Ocean Monument, there is a whole lot of sand in this direction, and so I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting a plentiful supply of both. It's just going to be a matter of putting in some work and collecting it all. And then I'm probably going to have to keep going to the mob farm to mend my shovel. And it's going to probably involve a lot of flying over to the gravel mountain, collecting as much gravel as I can off the shovel, coming back here, dropping off the gravel, then going over to the mob farm, mending my shovel, going over here to get some sand, and repeating the same process. And so I'm not going to bore you with all those trips and all that, all the process that it's going to take me to do that. So anyway, I'm going to check back in with you in a little bit once I have all that done, and we'll keep working on the bee farm. So I decided to bring you back in just because I wanted to show you. So you can see here that this whole thing is gravel. There is some solid blocks in it. All over there, that's gravel. And in through here, all this gravel. And then all the way back to, you can see that mountain where the snow is on the right hand side. That's gravel too, all the way over to there. So there's quite a bit of gravel here. There's plenty to be had. And so I just wanted to go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you a clip real quick of how far away from my house it is. You'll see that it's relatively close. And so anyway, I'll show you that clip. So you can see if you go this direction, it's not very far, and it's my house. And so there's lots of gravel to be had. I got to be careful down in here because you can see that that just kind of looks a little bit on the dangerous side. So anyway, I brought my bed here and I set it up down here. I had put it up there, and I thought, well, I want to put it down here because I'm going to be taking that away. So I am going to sleep as soon as I can and then get working on gathering some gravel, and I'll check back with you a little bit later. Alright, so I'm back, and I'm not at the bee farm right now, the honey farm, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to check in with you here at base. So I was putting these 4 furnaces to very hard work. I also had 4 other furnaces lined up here, and I was using those to convert sand into glass, and then I was using the crafting table to convert the glass into glass bottles. I really don't even know exactly how many bottles I did. I had to do probably at least a good 100 stacks. So you might remember there was 2 chests here with sand, and it was like a full double chest and a half. And this is what I have left. I went through about a full double chest of sand. Also, I collected about a little over 3 shulker boxes of sand and went through that. Here I put another chest. I have gravel in here. I did go through another almost a full double chest of gravel to make some concrete. It wasn't only for this project, but it was also for another project that I've got Mobmaster and I have coming up. Will probably be in the next video, I think. So anyway, I'm going to go out here and show you where we're at this point. Let me just take a look around real quick for any mobs, and I don't see any. Okay, so I did get the black concrete and yellow concrete done. I extended the ladder up a little bit higher. You can see I have two layers of yellow up there now. I've got some more black in there, and so anyway, there is one more thing that I forgot, and I am going to quick run back in the house to get that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I am going to go ahead and grab these hoppers. I'm going to grab this hopper minecart and this chest, and I don't think I need the rails because I think I already have those. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some converting of those honey bottles over to honey blocks. So we're going to go up top here, and I'm glad I did grab those rails. I am going to need them. So anyway, I did set up on the top here. I have all the redstone blocks down, the powered rail next to it, and you can see those are powered going all the way around. And so the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these hoppers and I'm going to place them all into the existing hoppers, just like that. Then I'm going to take the rails and put them on top of the hoppers. So you might notice, maybe you won't, I actually hope you don't notice, but so recently I built a computer for myself, and I've been having some difficulty with it. And so I did some work over the last couple days, and I reset the computer and had to reload Minecraft, also my video editing software that I have. And so some of my sounds may not come out quite 100% right. And I'm actually thinking it almost sounds like those bees are very loud, and so I hope you bear with me on this first video. So the other thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to place the black concrete going around here. I didn't want to go that high. And also, it seems like some of my settings right now just are not optimal. And so, for some reason or another, it just seems like I'm moving really slow. And it's kind of almost really annoying me. But anyway, I'll have to deal with those things and just get past them and work all the kinks out. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to place a hopper, and I think I want to place the hopper over here close to the stairs. So I think I'm going to place it right here, but I'm going to have to place a block first. and then place the hopper into that block. Okay, let me see here if I can get that. Okay, there we go. Now let's put that up, put that rail back. So I'm gonna take this block away just for now so I can finish up here. So now I'm gonna take the chest and I'm gonna place it on top of there. Okay, alright. And now I'm gonna place the minecart down, and I guess it doesn't really matter which direction it goes, just as long as I can get off the track before it comes around. Okay. Alright. So that is all good to go. While I'm up here, I am going to go ahead and quick place some dirt all the way around here. Okay, so alright, now I have the dirt placed up here. I am going to put some torches in my hot bar here because I want to put some torches up to try to keep everything lit up a little bit up here. And I think I'll place that there. Alright, so now just to let you know, I have noticed that there have been some bees that seem to have come home, so to speak. I've noticed a couple bees outside of the farm here, and so it seems like they've come back. I am thinking that's the case. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is, first off, I'm going to put my bed down and I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, so around the corner here, I have a shulker box full of empty bottles. So what I've done is I filled all the dispensers up completely. They may not all be full. And then I started filling up the hoppers, and I got to this one here. So I just need these last few to fill up. Gonna need a few more bottles. And I need just another stack yet to fill that up. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this shulker box with me, and I'm going to go up top here. And now all I need to do is place the bottles into that chest. Okay, so now when that hopper minecart comes around underneath this chest, it'll pick those droppers up, or those bottles up, and it'll take them around and drop them into those hoppers going into the dispensers, and it'll keep the dispensers filled up. So just want to clear this up real quick a little bit. So anyway, you might see I've got little over two stacks of honey blocks in here. That is not since I built this. I did have some honey blocks from before, but it has been going rather well. And you might wonder why I put some dirt up top there. And so I was looking to see if I had any more bone meal, and I don't. But that's okay, because I have plenty of poppies right now. And so I'm going to just throw poppies up here. I'm trying to give the bees a little more that they can go and pollinate from. Well, hello there. Yeah, that's right. I got flowers in my hand, and you're wanting some. You know what? I'll give some to you. Give some to you. Give some to you. Give some to you. So now I just wanted to make mention that some of the work that I was doing in here, it was kind of difficult after I had the bees in here, and so I really had to watch when I was breaking certain things. And so you might, if you decide to do something like this, you might want to take some of that into consideration. And anyway, that is my honey bee farm, and so I like the way it turned out. I think everything worked out good. I'm hoping that I have enough light up here in the top, and maybe I might want to put a couple torches here in the middle yet, just to try to keep any mobs from spawning. So I'll come back up here at another point and either put some more poppies up here, or just bone meal it. I'm not 100% certain yet what I'll do, but I'll finish this area up here with some flowers, and so they have plenty of flowers to choose from. But anyway, that is my bee farm. Let's see. Oh, it keeps growing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, I'm Big Daddy Fun.